Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be reacting to the Chelsea Fulham game. This is directly right after. And today I thought, if you watch the first half comparatively to the second half, I think Chelsea started off extremely slow today. We lose a lot of creativity not having Cole Palmer in the lineup. He's our X Factor player, so you just lose a lot in that. And then not only do I think unfortunately, we lost Liam Delap today in about the 10th or 11th minute due to a hamstring injury. He's going through onto a ball that was played from Cucurella or Tossin. I don't exactly remember, but the ball was played through, and uh, it looks like Liam Delap's going to get on the end of it. Pulls up his hamstring. Unfortunate. Hopefully, it's not anything too serious, and he'll be back pretty soon, or at least after the international break. We can't lose any more players really now that we're sending what seems like every single striker or player that we've signed in the last 2 or 3 years on loan or selling them completely. So um, we need all the striking options that we do have, especially because Nicholas Jackson, about a few hours ago, it was a here we go for the loan to Bayern Munich. So hopefully, wishing Nicholas Jackson a healthy and hopeful season. I hope he does really well there, and I hope he comes back because he has. I think it's a $16 million loan with an 80 million buy option. It's not mandatory, so hopefully he doesn't do super well there because I honestly do like Nicholas Jackson a lot. I don't want to see him go. So, but the way the game started off pretty well. And then as soon as we lost Liam Delap and Tyreek George comes in as a like for like switch, but not really like for like because we've only seen Tyreek George play off of the right when we have seen him play for Chelsea in the Premier League and the Conference League and any of the cup games and stuff. We've only ever seen him play off the right. For our U21 and our U18 team, he actually did play up top a lot um, because he's a bigger player, quicker player in the league when he's playing against those guys because he plays in the league with Chelsea a lot. So coming in as a sub normally off of the right, having him as a striking option, he's just not super up to speed with the likes of Bassi and Anderson, who he has as center backs that he has to face up against, who are super physical. Um, so I don't want to harp on him too much today. He didn't look the greatest, but he did absolutely run his socks off today. Like he was always constantly moving, and that's kind of what you need. That's what Liam Delap does a lot, but Liam Delap does all the physical, dirty work that Tyreek George necessarily isn't probably gonna do on the field. So definitely two different types of strikers, but it's all we had. Other than Tyreek George on our bench, our attacking options today were Jamie Gittins, and I think that's it. I don't think we had anybody else on the bench for attacking. We had Garnacho in the stands, which I'm not gonna lie, today would have been one of those games where he comes on and he would have made an instant impact um, against that Fulham back line. And I do think Fulham is one of those teams where, because they are so used to each other, their continuity in the team is just extremely good. They're one of those teams that have been playing together for a couple seasons now. They know each other's game in and out, it seems like. Excuse me. And so they're not the greatest team. They're not the worst team either. They're an extremely average Premier League side. I think today the 2-0 scoreline doesn't really do justice to Fulham. I think Fulham played a really good game today, and Chelsea didn't have any control over this game until the second half. And if you see that first João Pedro goal, happened in the 9th minute of 8 minutes of added time off of a corner from Enzo Fernandez. Uh, they show Marco Silva, and they showed him a lot in the first half. He absolutely lost his head, man. He was trying to bite his tongue pretty much the entire first half, and the second half he kind of exploded, but rightfully so. I mean, they had a beautiful goal that was ruled out in the 21st minute. It was a Joshua King goal, and I believe Joshua King is somebody who's come from Fulham's academy. He's really exciting talent. He looks really good. I've only watched him play 2 games. It was the one against Man United and today. I think he looks really good. He looks like a promising footballer for them. And the goal he scored today, man, he took it so well. Unfortunately, it was ruled out by a Muniz foul on Chalaba. And I'm going to be honest with you, as a Chelsea fan, I want to say it's a foul. It's not a foul. It's a normal, natural football movement. So I don't see it as being a foul. If that's a foul, I think taking the goal away is just super harsh because I feel like movements like that happen so often on the football pitch, and to just take that away because of that, I don't know. Like his foot had to go somewhere, and it just happened to land on Chalaba's after he had taken the ball away already. It wasn't a foul taking the ball away; it was a foul after he had taken the ball and stepped on his foot. So personally, I think we should have been down 1-0 there, and I think the game takes a way different turn than it did. But from that disallowed goal leading up into the half, right when João Pedro scored, Marco Silva had lost his head. There had been a bunch of fouls for both sides that weren't called or were called, and he was just losing it. So I think kind of when your manager starts to lose it, as a player, you see that and you also start to lose it. And it just kind of looked like the players were following suit with the manager's head loss. And you go into the second half, and pretty early on, I think it was about 10 or 15 minutes in, we're awarded a handball from Chalaba trying to whip a cross in. And it was Sessegnon that gets his elbow out and extends it a little further out, making his body bigger. So it's awarded a penalty. And Enzo Fernandez converts the penalty, and you can just see, I think it pans over again to Marco Silva, and he's on the bench. He just doesn't look happy. And I get it. Um, it's extremely rough for them. They've had 3 Premier League games played, and every single game there's been a penalty. So he's probably sick of seeing VAR. He's probably sick of seeing the referees go to the monitor. He's probably over it already. We're 3 games into the season. And I don't think Chelsea really played a great game today. I'm going to be honest. We looked really good in the second half, I think. But other than that, there was not too much going on with this Chelsea game. Um, yeah, so I don't think we played our best game. I think not having Liam Delap and Cole Palmer today was a little bit rough. I think we would have looked a lot better if Liam Delap didn't get hurt. But I think after the international break is really when we'll start to see Chelsea pick up a run of form, hopefully. And as long as we don't get any more injuries, I think we're going to look really good. I'm really excited about seeing Garnacho come in. I think it was a really good price because it's like if he doesn't play well, I think he's still worth the value that we got him for. Maybe even a little bit more just because of the age, the profile. And I think if he plays and performs extremely well, it gives us room to get rid of players like Bino Gittins and move on from them. And not to say that Bino Gittins isn't a good player, just he hasn't proven anything yet. He's really young. He's another talent that Chelsea's bringing in to hopefully progress into the starting lineup and be really good for us, or we move on and get profit for PSR. So whether you like the methodology behind Chelsea's ownership and the American ownership and the way they're buying these young talents and then selling them on, it's starting to bear fruit for Chelsea. It's really starting to work out. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from that. Obviously, when Todd Boehly had first come in, I wasn't super excited about some of the signings he was making. I just thought they were really, really rash decisions. The Koulibalys, the Raheem Sterlings, they just they weren't super smart signings for Chelsea. I understand he was trying to make signings for us to win now, but they weren't good future wise. And you saw that by the losses that we made on Koulibaly, the losses that we're going to make on Raheem Sterling, who's still unfortunately at the club. But I think everything is starting to finally unfold and get figured out, which is really, really good for Chelsea. We've sold a ton of players this window. We've also bought a lot of players this window. The most recent ones were Garnacho, obviously, and then Buonanotte from Brighton, who played at Leicester last season. So he's another exciting young signing. I think he's 20 years old, maybe just turned 20. So yeah, Chelsea's in an upward trajectory right now, and I think we're really exciting and definitely one to watch this season. So another one to watch would be my last video if you guys didn't catch that. But I'm going to be filming a Burnley Manchester United post-match reaction after the game's over. It starts in 12 minutes from now. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a like. Please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It goes a really long way and shows me that you guys are liking the videos. My channel is about to hit 200 views, so I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and peace.